Good morning, guys. It's Veda Day 6, and I'm coming to you with a what is for dinner. Funny thing is I got everything out this morning while I was trying to feed Oz some cereal and fruit. I got everything ready, and I laid it all out, and I thought, I'll make this up, and I'll show you guys while I'm making it up. And then, like an idiot, I started putting it together in the crock pot without even thinking about it. So I'm going to tell you what it is that I made. And then I probably won't show it to you because it just looks like I'm just going to give you the ingredients and tell you what I made. And then, yeah, it's super delicious. I've made it once before. When I looked the recipe up originally, it said it was 4 Weight Watchers points, and then I couldn't find the recipe on the Weight Watchers website, even though it was like affiliated with it. And the only one close to it, I think it said 7 points, but I need to go back and just calculate the recipe for myself because there's no way that a cup of this is 7 points because fruits and vegetables are free. Are 0 points, and the only thing that's not fruit and vegetable is the chicken. So, unless they're counting like the seasonings, which, I mean, I guess have calories in them. I'm sorry, this is my morning bedhead. I think I looked better before I did that. So, let me see. I made chicken chili, which you're like, that's not that unusual. It's not, but it's delicious. It is delicious in chicken chili. It's super easy. It's 2 cans of diced tomatoes. 2. I'm going to try to write all this in. It is 12 ounces of chicken, which I had that chicken that I got on sale from Walmart. I had put that in the crock pot and cooked it. And then I deboned the chicken when it got done. And I actually saved the broth from that. And I'm going to use later in the week, maybe for like chicken soup. And so I cut up that, and so I used 12 ounces of that, and then I put the rest of that chicken in the fridge. I'm going to use later in the week for something else. I don't know yet. Like I said, chicken soup or something. And I may do a video on that then. Okay, so 12 ounces of chicken, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 can of corn. You don't drain that. You don't drain the tomatoes. You do drain the can of beans. However, it calls for kidney beans, which I didn't have. I actually have black beans, which I didn't even use because yesterday at Easter, my Aunt June made soup beans. And I got sent home with some, and I honestly don't know how many I got sent home with. Probably about a cup. And I have not put those in the soup yet because I'm going to see if Cammie wants some for lunch today because that's why my mom sent them home with me. And what she doesn't eat, I'm going to put in the soup. So I'm using soup beans, and I'm not going to drain them. I'm just going to stick them in there. So there will be a can of soup beans. And then it calls for a packet of chili seasoning, which I actually didn't have this time. And a half a cup of salsa. A half a cup of green peppers, which I chop them up when I get them home from the grocery store and stick mine in the freezer, and an onion, which I will not use. I'll just use onion flakes. And you let that cook. It was a slow cooker recipe. The first time I made it, I just cooked it on the stove, and it was so good, and we really enjoyed it. And it made a good amount for the 2 of us, but not so much that we were tired of it by the end of the week. It was really, really yummy. And this time I didn't have the chili seasoning packet, so I just looked up how to make chili seasoning and added that, and it was like ground cumin and onion powder and garlic powder and cayenne pepper and chili powder. Did I say that already? It was really simple to do that too. And of course, salt and pepper. And anyways, you put that in a slow cooker for like 6 hours. I think it said. I don't know. And a crock pot. And voila, dinner is made. We actually have some, I also got sent home with pimento and cheese. Which, I've not been doing dairy, but I've been trying to slowly add it back in. And I did eat a little bit I ate some dairy yesterday. I actually ate horrible yesterday. I let myself eat worse yesterday than I have in a really long time. And there's no reason for that. I just started eating. And I let myself have some dairy, so we'll see. I'm anxious to see how Oz does today. I'll give you an update on that later in the week. I don't know why I'm saying later in the week. I'm going to be on tomorrow. And if he handled it well, like I'm hoping he did, we are going to really put dairy back in my diet. And that will help me tremendously. So, I'm still going to stick with the Weight Watchers, though. Probably, and continue to do that while I'm breastfeeding, just because it's a healthy way to track. And it helps me get things in and helps me focus less on protein and more just about making healthy choices.